go, go. These computers have minds of their own. All right, so good morning. We are now streaming on live on YouTube for A Course in Miracles Children's Edition. And oh geez, let me come over here and computers have minds of their mute that. All right, there we go. And I'm going to turn the con over to Ozzy. Let me stop my share. Okay. And welcome, welcome everyone. And everyone is welcome to read and to discuss. So turning it over to you guys. And what paragraph, where are we at? Ozzy, you want to start us out?
I'll start us off here. I'm just getting rid of that bar. Hang on. There. Okay, we're in the power or the magical power of inner peace and miracles on this second column here. Hey there, little friend. Today we're going to explore the amazing world of inner peace and something really cool called miracles. Are you ready for an adventure? Let's dive in. So imagine our world, just like a big playground where we meet friends and have fun. Sometimes we get scared or worried, and that's okay. But guess what? We have this superpower inside us called inner peace. It's like having a heart full of calm and happiness. Now imagine this. We can use our inner peace to create something incredible called miracles. Miracles are like magical acts of love and kindness. They can make worries disappear and bring smiles to everyone around us. Miracles are the superheroes of love. Here's the secret. We can choose to use our inner peace to spread love, just like our loving Creator shared His spirit with us. We're like little love-sharing superheroes. But sometimes we forget how powerful we are, and we start believing that we can take away love or hurt others. That's when we get scared and worried. But here's the magic part. We can always choose to go back to our inner peace. It's like waking up from a scary dream and realizing it was just pretend. Remember, my little explorer, you are free, and nothing can take that freedom away. You have the power to heal and bring love to any situation. Miracles are your super tools for making the world a better place. And guess what? Miracles don't care if something seems big or small. They're always ready to help. So let's use our superpower of inner peace to create miracles and fill our world with love. Peace is in your heart, and you can share it with the whole wide world. Isn't that beautiful, everybody? My favorite part is we are like little love-sharing superheroes. I love that. And sometimes we do forget how powerful we are. And I get sucked into this whole body affirming being in this body, but I'm starting to remember. And as I start to remember, I feel like I'm doing more things. I'm bending my body more that I thought I couldn't. So I just am really grateful for, this whole miracles. And miracle is a miracle is a miracle, right? Like an illusion is an illusion, but a miracle is a miracle is a miracle. And it doesn't matter if it's big or small in our minds, it's still a miracle. So, anybody else want to comment on this section of the magical power of inner peace and miracles? Does anybody want to read the next section, the reinterpretation of defenses?
Hi. I can't really see it. Oh. How do we move it to the next page? Or it's weird how it scrolls like that. The reinterpretation of defenses. Superpower denial. Superpower denial. How to fill your heart with love and banish fear. You know how sometimes we get scared of things. Whoa, it disappeared on me.
I'm so sorry. I was trying to fix it and I X'd the wrong thing. Just give me 1 second. I'll pull it back up. Oh, that was funny. Oops. Oopsie. Here I come. It's right here.
Oopsie-odsy.
Oopsie doopsie. I'm okay. I'm not freaking out here. I don't even feel panicked. I'm all right.
I can read it from the book here. I got the book.
There you go. Look at that. That was quick. Oof.
She's already back.
There we are. The reinterpretation of defenses. Is that where we are? That's cool.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. That was
That's a great time
bad.
to have a oopsie.
Yeah, I'm not even defensive right now. I'm like, sorry, guys. Usually I would get so much panic from that. I would be like, oh, I'm just like the worst. Ugh. But no, I'm okay. So here we go.
You know how sometimes we get scared of things like monsters under our bed or thunderstorms? Well, being afraid means we think those things can hurt us. But guess what? We've got superpower called denial. It's not used in the wrong way, but it's not about hiding stuff. It's about fixing mistakes. Link, you hear this? You know when you're scared of things sometimes?
You can never fix a mistake.
Yes, you can. You mean in the past? You know how sometimes you get scared of things like monsters under the bed or thunderstorms?
I never get scared of
Or
thunderstorms.
bees?
No, I saw a big giant bee one time. I know.
Let me see what's going on.
Face cam.
You're on the face cam. There you go. There you are. Well, we think these things can hurt us.
No,
That's what it means.
they can hurt us.
Being afraid means we think
they can.
Yeah.
They
See?
can.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a fact or not.
No, because they already are. They're making you scared. They're hurting you by scaring.
But look at this. Look at this. I think a big rock falling in my head can hurt me. Is that true or not?
Not true.
No, it's true. The big rock can fall on your head and hurt you. It's true.
No.
Right? Okay.
It's in your mind.
Okay, well, I think a feather can hurt me by landing on my eyeball. Oh, wait.
No.
My head. Well, either way, I think it can hurt me. I think it can hurt me. And it doesn't matter if it's true or not. I think.
No, it does matter if you think.
I think I can feel. Yes.
Think that you can't fail.
Just like the lightning storm. You think it can scare you. Well,
yes, it can.
I mean, you think it can hurt you. Yes, it could. If you were out in the trees over there in the open where they're going to strike you, yes. So I'm just saying that how you think it could or it couldn't. It doesn't matter. You're still thinking. You know what I mean? But guess what? We've got a superpower called denial. And it's not about hiding stuff. It's about fixing mistakes.
No.
No. You got a problem called denial. Imagine you have a treasure in your heart. Please stop talking if you're not going to participate.
I do have a treasure in my heart, and it's secret.
You know, a secret treasure. Yeah.
Deep in
Like love, kindness, and happiness. When we get scared, it's like we're putting.
Did you just give it away?
I did. There's some gems in there. I mean, there's nothing like gems in there. I said there's nothing. I told nobody. Told nobody that there's gems in there. I said there's nothing like gems. Wait. Okay. When we get scared, it's like we're putting the wrong stuff in our treasure chest. So when we get scared, it's like we're putting poop in our treasure chest. Do you want to put poop in it?
I'll put poop in yours, a lot of it. Even the fart smells.
Yeah, well, my chest is
And
closed.
some pee.
Surface. It's like we're putting the wrong stuff in the treasure chest. We're saying, hey, I believe in something that can hurt me, but that's not right. Our minds can play tricks on us, making us believe things that aren't true. But the good news is that we can use denial to set things straight.
No.
Denial is like a superhero shield. It protects us from believing in things that can't hurt us. It's just about denying the things that you think can hurt you, but can't. It's the proper use of denial. So you're not being hurt when you're really not being hurt. You know what I mean?
See, has her hand up.
Yes, please.
Hey there. No, can you hear me? Is it
Yes.
working?
I
Okay,
can.
good. Great. Hi there, Link. Is that your name? Did I get your name
Yep.
right? Great.
Yes.
Yes. So I remember when I was younger, and not even when I was younger. This is even a few years ago. So when I was older too, or when I thought I was older, that I really when my mind would say things in my mind, I believed it. So I was really believing the thoughts. And then I believed I was hurt. So it's like I was tricking myself to believe what I was thinking rather than what was actually happening. And once I realized that, it was this great relief. I was like, oh my goodness, that's just a thought. It can't hurt me. It's not hurting me. It's just a thought. Do you ever have that happen, Link?
Yes.
Yes. So that's what I think we're saying when we're saying that we think something can.
Watermelon. Moon.
Is that a watermelon moon?
Moon.
Can it hurt you? No. It's your toy, right?
It protects me.
Yeah. So that's all I wanted to share. So thank you.
Thank you, Ozzy. Thank you again, Link, and thank you, Devin. So yeah, so the reinterpretation of defenses we're talking about, instead of being afraid of things that we believe are happening, we can see the truth and recognize that it's not really happening, and there's nothing to be afraid of. And that's even if you think it can really hurt you, like your body, who you are, the truth of who you are can't be hurt by anything. So, because the reality of what we are is the holy mind of God. We're in the holy mind of God. So, there's there's no reason to have anything other than love and joy in our treasure chest. But keep him out of it. Anyway, anybody else have anything? Devin, are you talking? Your mic is off.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't talking to you guys, but that's fine. Okay.
What are you doing? Who are you talking to,
Our
Dad?
minds can play tricks on us, making us believe things that aren't true. But the good news is that we can use denial to set things straight. Denial is like a superhero shield. It protects us from believing things that can't really hurt us. You see, we can do amazing things in life, like spreading love and doing miracles. Oh, don't push any buttons, Maya.
Freedom!
Wait.
Freedom! Freedom!
But we can only do them when we believe in ourselves and in good stuff. God created us perfectly and gave us his peace, so we don't have to be scared. When we're afraid, it's like we're tricking ourselves. Our minds should help our hearts, not make us worried. So let's use our words to spread kindness and mercy, just like God does for us. Remember, you have the power to choose what goes into your treasure chest. So fill it with love, joy, and poop. Oh, and all things good, and all this good stuff.
Joy and poop and wee wee.
No, that would make a stinky chest.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely.
That's
Ozzy,
why
I'll
they
let
call
you
it a
take over.
chest. That's why they call it your chest to chest. Is because it has the treasure of your heart. Oh.
On
you
the
like that?
chest.
Good one.
Wow, that was awesome, hey? That we have this magic treasure chest that we can fill with whatever we want. I've emptied mine out quite a bit in the last year, so I'm grateful for room for this good stuff to get out that pee and poo in my treasure chest. Does anybody have any comments of our superpower denial? Oh, wow. I never thought of denial as a superpower. That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, I just love this and because it's good to teach kids at an early age that they have a mind and that mind can think and that the thoughts that are coming into their mind through, the kids are being bombarded with thoughts from TV, cartoons, from YouTube, the internet, their friends at school, everywhere they're being bombarded with all these ideas, and it's so easy for, just like it was for us as we were growing up, for us to believe that those thoughts were about us, that they had something to do with what we were and what we are and what we're here for. And so I had a whole belief system about myself, what I was, where I came from, why I was here, what my purpose was, what, my future was going to be. I had a whole belief system just placed right on me from the very beginning. And, it took this Course in Miracles from me saying, which I always said, it doesn't make sense. I'm not like this. I know this is not how I would be. I can't even imagine why I'm having these thoughts, or, why I think I have to be this or that. And that's what this Course in Miracles brought me to, the place where I realized I don't have to be this or that. I'm not those things and those thoughts that come into my mind that are based on that conditioning, and my responses to that conditioning. Those are those are not my thoughts. Those are thoughts of an alien thought system. And so, right off the bat, I have a good reason to say no, and that is denial. That is, just saying, no, these thoughts don't mean anything. This thing I'm seeing doesn't mean anything. The the story that I'm telling myself about all these things, it comes from stories that other people told me about similar things, or I put two and two together and came up with a story, but it's still a story, not real at all. And so that's what, denying the story and just saying, this is not what I am. This is not what I was made for. This is not what God made me for. What appears to be happening to me and in the world is a dream. It's a false idea. And it has nothing to do with what I am. And then you can let go of, what the world told you to be, and get into a place where freedom is in charge. Freedom reigns. And that's where I want to be. Anyway, that's what I have to say about that. That's the proper use of denial. I'm denying the denial of the truth, and I'm reaffirming the truth is that I am the Holy Son of God, and that what is going on in this life right now is, all these things are lessons that God would have me learn, and God's will for me is perfect happiness. And we have it all in the Course that tells us how to reinterpret what it is that we believe is happening. And that's what we're talking about here, reinterpreting what we think is happening and seeing only the truth. So that's what I have to say about that. Thanks for letting me share.
We saw Inside Out 2 yesterday for Atreyu's birthday. And it came out on Atreyu's birthday yesterday.
That was so good.
Yeah, you liked it, huh? It's good.
It's better than Inside Out 1.
Takes it to another level, and they started a new thing. Assuming have you guys seen Inside Out? The first one? It's a good movie. You gotta see it. It's Disney, Pixar, and you got something to say? You wanna say something?
Not yet.
Well, they just brought in this new aspect to it called the belief system, and it's really cool.
Daddy, can I have a nice
And then
cake
there's
now?
4 or 5 more emotions that show up.
There's only 3 more emotions.
No. There's the Nui, boredom, right?
No, bored.
Embarrassment, anxiety, and envy,
So there's 4.
and nostalgia. Remember the old lady?
What is nostalgia?
That's when you're reminiscing about past things and you're feeling kind of good about past things.
Oh. So
You're living
there's
it.
5 more emotions.
It's funny, it's like nostalgia. Go back into the basement. It's not your turn until 10 best friends and 3 relationships and 4 graduations in the future. Like,
I got it.
So-
Daddy, I'm gonna go get a nice slice of cake because I finished my letter.
okay.
Me too.
Oh yeah. I'll finish what I'm saying eventually. But anxiety is all about planning for the future, and it's really good at helping kids understand what's going on and what adds up to to anxiety. And so the first one was about bringing up the five core emotions according to what's his name anyway. And then they're dividing up or adding kind of mixtures of things. And so getting anxiety and embarrassment and envy and different things and boredom as she's becoming a teenager, and she even representing a panic attack and stuff like that. It's really, if you haven't seen Inside Out 1, you got to see that first, but it's really good to help kids understand, even just people, how you can be driven by emotions and just getting in your mind. To me, it's so obvious that like which ones derive from fear and which ones derive from love. Hey, we can do. What emotion is driving you right now? Here we go. I got here.
Oh, I love that. I mean, honestly, this is great for kids to be seeing this, and adults to be seeing this, and getting to see and understand the kinds of, the reason that we're feeling the way that we're feeling. And for the most part, we're driven by just core memories and conditioning to, when people say, kids, especially, I feel sad, well, what is the purpose of you feeling sad? What are you sad about? That's what we always ask. What are you sad about? And, a lot of times a kid can't say, I'm sad because, something, because they don't even really know, why they're feeling that feeling. So helping kids to understand why they're feeling the feelings that they're feeling, and also to understand that it's not this is not something that they were meant to have. They were not made to be sad. God's will for me is perfect happiness. So being sad is is listening to the voice for guilt, listening to the voice for fear. When you're sad, Jesus tells us, when you're feeling sad, just know that this need not be. And he gives us a whole, that whole section called This Need Not Be, gives us a whole litany of all the feelings that we can be feeling and that we are feeling, and how it is and why we feel that way. And so children are the same thing. Children are not different than adults. And so so you know we just need to look at it ourselves and see what it is that we're thinking is happening, and what we're teaching our kids is happening. Because look at the world, look at what we're teaching our children is is how to be. And if you're not paying attention and your kids are watching I don't know what kinds of things they might be watching, where they're getting an idea that when you're a teenager you're supposed to act like this, and you're supposed to have these kind of feelings, and then next thing you know, oh, I have that feeling, not because they have assessed their situation and seen that that was an appropriate feeling to have, but because it was given to them as a possibility, and they see it as being their right. I mean, kids think people think I have a right to be unhappy. I absolutely have a right to be mad about this. I have a right to be sad. You know, we have no rights like that. That's That's saying I have a right to turn backwards on God's love. I have a right it was right for me to run away from heaven. I have a right to be, out here on my own. We don't. That was never right. So, anyway, let's carry on. And anybody else have anything to say? If not, I'm going to switch my mic back in. Do we want to move on to the magic power of denial and truth? Can you move that over?
Yeah,
Good.
I'll move it.
I'll go.
I just want to add, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah.
I just want to thank you, Lynn, for that, because
Fine.
that just opened my eyes to just even things like just me seeing that same pattern, you know, of my own pattern of when I was a single mom, and I'm seeing it in some other people, and I realize that you know, when I was in that state, I would get upset when the plans didn't go the way that I thought they were supposed to be, because, you know, the ex was doing something that I didn't want to be done. And I'm just like, wow, isn't that amazing that I'm already teaching my kid right there that if things don't go your way, you have the right to be upset, like you just said. And I love that, because it's like, you know, I could, if that inspiration comes up, I could share that with people and say, you know, like, this is what I discovered, and that might be helpful to start ending this cycle, as you say, the way that we should be acting. Because I remember when I was younger, before puberty, and I saw my family and my sisters, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to talk back. I'm not going to be mean to my friends or my boyfriend. I'm never going to be like that. No, no, no. I just am kind, and I was doing my little mailbox lessons, but it seemed all that went out the window as soon as I had a relationship. I started that whole, it just came out, this reliving of something that I didn't even feel was me. So thank you so much, Len. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, it's true, and you know, what really did that for me, shifted me, was when my husband fell in love with another woman, and I had all these ideas in my mind. This is how I should be. This is what I should say. This is how I should think. This is how and I had all these ideas in my mind about it. And, all of them were ridiculous, now that I look back at it, because it really was just a way of saying, I'm not as special as I thought I was. But yeah, and the world tells you, then you have a right to, put his clothes out in the driveway, and you have a right to, trash him on social media, and you have a right to call up all your friends and, cry and, get a lot of sympathy. And you have there's all these thoughts that you get in your mind about, well, how I should be acting and reacting. And A Course in Miracles is telling me, if a brother asks you to do something that is outrageous, even if you think it's insane, it's because he thinks that is his salvation. And you know better. So, give him whatever he's asking, because by withholding it, you believe that it's your salvation. And so, I had to take Jesus at his word and recognize that. I mean, that made perfect sense to me. I'm sorry to say it, because, at the time it was like completely irrational. And, the world and the family and everybody had their ideas. But, the fact is, Jesus had his idea, and he's like, if you think this is the most important thing, then, you are behaving insanely too. You are asking for something. You think that's your salvation. And it's not my salvation. So why would I have uh you know denied him what it was that he wanted because he thought it was his salvation. I knew better because I got the course. He don't know nothing, you know, why it just seemed, silly of me. And so that's when I said, yeah, okay, this is fine by me, and I'm not gonna, of course I had my upsets, but for the most part, yeah, I understand this is not more important than my love for you. Nothing is more important to me than my love for my brother. So no matter what my brother seems to want to do that I think is insane, or what my brother says that I think is insane, is my own special need so important that I don't that I don't give them what they want, and I deny them their whatever they want, their joy. And it turned out perfectly. I mean, it turned out wonderful. So, no problem there at all. Anyway, turning it back to you, Ozzy.
Just trying to get something from Link. All right, should we go on to the next section?
Yeah, let's go on to the next section.
Okay. Does anybody else want to read?
Trying to get rainbow teeth.
Oh, I'm getting rainbow teeth. That's what I'm getting. I see them. I see them. Ricky or Dove, do you want to read today? Or I can go back and read, and we can go through our threesome. I'm going to read. The magical power of denial and truth for kids. I wonder if kids means a billy goat. Do you know that a young kid is a young billy goat? Did you know that, Link? That a billy goat, a baby billy goat, they call a kid. It's a kid, just like a kid, a human kid. They call a billy goat a kid. What's that face? All right. Hey there, little friend. Let's talk about something really cool today. How we can use our minds to make the world a better place. Oh, yeah. Sometimes people make mistakes, and that's when we talk about something called justice. It's like when someone has to say sorry or make up for something they did wrong. But justice is just a way to teach us about something even more important: mercy. Imagine you have a special superpower called denial, which we just talked about. Remember, denial, it's a superhero shield. The denial, it's a shield that protects your mind from making mistakes. You see, when our minds are not free, they can create problems. But when we use denial in the right way, it helps us stay on the path of truth and goodness. Now, here's the really cool part. When our minds are truly free, we can't make mistakes because we only see what's true. It's like having a magical compass that always points to the right way. And when we use our superpower of denial to get rid of mistakes, we make room for more love and happiness. Ooh. But sometimes people get it all mixed up and use denial in the wrong way. That's when they create even more problems, or perceived problems, I would say, but let's not complicate things even more. So the key is to use our superhero for good, just like a superhero. We can join our powers with others and spread love and kindness everywhere instead of misery and just, the misery. And although it's okay to be like that too, I guess, but I've learned that that's not my birthright. So I want to change my mind as quick as I can and get to the place of just feeling fine, So remember, little one, we have this amazing superpower called denial. And when we use it to find the truth, we make the world a happier and more peaceful place for everyone. Together, we can work for a world where there's no more fear, just endless love and joy. Amen. Hey, together we're making that world. Any comments, anybody? That was a good one. The magical power of denial and truth for kids, but not the billy goats, for actual human kids. Right? Human kids, not billy goats.
Yeah, I like the way that he's talking about using the power of our mind to guide us rather than to just going along doing whatever comes to mind without even looking at our own uh, um, magical compass that tells us what's not true. I think, when we look at things that seem to be happening, we can ask the first thing, what is real about this situation? And if the only thing that's real about the situation is the love, then we can deny every other part of it. You could say, well, he said something mean to me. And, can you see the love in, them saying or thinking, whatever it is that they're saying or thinking? And is there anything more important than the love that's there? Because no matter what anybody says to us, they're always saying, I love you. And I think we just heard someone say that. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Um, that's all that's ever being said in any conversation. It's like the Princess Bride, as you wish. It really means I love you. And so if that's the only part that's real about anything that's happening, then we don't have to believe or get or be moved to do anything by our story about what we think is going on, the idea that we think is going on. So, denial what's not real, and then and the only thing that is real is the love. So it's the only thing that's really happening here. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous for God. Gorgeous for God. All right, Lynn, do you want to read the next section? Or Reverend
Sure.
Devon? Yeah, Lynn's there, Rev Devs.
The defenses and the amazing atonement, is that where we're at?
Yeah.
Okay, let me check my mic over here okay, good. All right. So defenses and the amazing atonement, learning to choose wisely. Hey there, young explorer. Let's dive into a world of understanding defenses and the most incredible defense of all, called the atonement. You see, defenses are like superhero shields that help us deal with life. They can be tricky because they can either make things better or a bit mixed up, depending on how we use them. Imagine you have a special power called denial, like a force field that protects you. It's essential to use denial to face mistakes and errors. And there's also projection, which is like sharing your truth with others. But remember, always project the good stuff, like kindness and love. When we use our powers wisely, it's like being a superhero for truth and goodness. And there's another cool power called withdrawal, which helps us step away from things that don't make sense. It's not about running away, but making things stronger and better. Now let's talk about the atonement. It's the most fantastic defense that can't be used for harm. It's all about love and healing. Excuse me. All about love and healing. That's what I was just talking about. That's the only thing that we can do, is use this atonement that's all about love and healing. It's been around even before superheroes existed, and it's here to help us come together to find peace. Long ago, some souls tried to help us, but we weren't interested in peace. We were too busy fighting and dividing. So the atonement was created to be a friend, be a special, unbreakable shield. It's like a magic spell that can only be used to make things better, never to hurt. The atonement is our final lesson, teaching us that love and unity are the most powerful defenses of all. So, young adventurer, remember to use your superpowers wisely. Defend what's good and let love guide your way. So, yeah, there we have it. It's the choice to use the right mind to solve or resolve any situation. And it's right there always for you. Just have to learn how to see it in yourself and trust that when you ask for help, that you will receive the help that you need, and you will also know what to do. Because I think we read that before. Whatever you do, it will be the right thing. Whatever you do, give up your investment in the alternative, and whatever it is, you've done the right thing. It's just giving up the idea that there's another choice. So choose love, and you don't have to um, uh, worry about it or be afraid of it. So, all right, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Oddsy.
Oh, I love that, Lynn. You're saying that. That's so clear because my brain was like, oh my gosh, if I was a kid, what the heck would I do with all this? Like denial, we've been talking about, I'm good with that, but now there's projection coming in and withdrawal and atonement. And I was like, what is going on? But that's just it. There it is. You summed it up for me, Lynn. If I choose love, if I just always keep choosing love, what I'm feeling love is, then I don't go wrong with anything. I can't go wrong because what happens even if I think I'm choosing in fear, if what's happening is happening, I can be sure that it's the right thing for me. Because I can either, if I don't feel comfortable, I can ask, what, show me what I need to see here, Father. Show me the way. But if I feel content and good, I can be rest assured that I'm just on the right path. So thank you, Lynn. Beautiful. That helped me understand all of this as I read this as a kid, because I realized that I went through school and I don't really know a lot. So I'm just sort of starting out myself. I'm a kid. So yeah, that was gorgeous. Anybody else have anything to share? It looks like there's a purpley sort of, what is that guy? Who is that guy? He
It
looks
looks like a dragon.
Grover.
Is that a dragon?
Oh,
It's a cat.
cat.
It's a cat.
Can you hold it back a little so we can see the whole thing?
Oh, I see.
Oh, wow.
His name is it's Catnap.
Nice. Catnap's here to show us the way. Nice.
Sorry, Catnap cannot talk.
All right.
Catnap wants to talk now.
Can Catnap, does Catnap know how to read? Does Catnap know how to read? Do they want to read the next section?
Catnap cannot read.
All right.
If he wants to talk.
I think maybe your dad might read next if he's going to read the next part if he's available.
I muted them, so
Yeah, that's great. No, it's all good. But maybe
all
Rev
right.
Dev. I thought I heard Rev Dev in the background. Maybe he was going to.
Yeah, I did hear him in the background too, but I don't know what he's up to. So he's doing something. Does anybody else have any thoughts? Because yeah, this is a good thing for kids to know. I mean, I went through my life being so nervous and afraid, and if I had this kind of reassurance about that someone was there to help me make decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was always talking to somebody else in my mind, really. Like I chit-chatted, like it was sort of like I had this George Burns, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Like that book and that movie melded together almost. I sort of made up my experience to be with God or this higher power. So I know that I always talked to myself being, that higher lower. I've always heard that conversation going on. So for me, I was just more confused about why other people didn't see that happening. Like I kind of questioned things to see, and it was like, no, either I would be met with resistance, the adults would get angry with the question. So then that made me think, oh, there's something wrong with me, obviously. Right? Because I'm like trying to inquire about
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Yeah. And I was just so cluster flucked,
Yeah. Yeah. I was definitely, I
FL,
just thought I was a
I swear.
weirdo.
Yeah.
I just thought I
Yeah.
was a weirdo and everybody else thought I was a weirdo. And I just went through my whole life being
Yeah.
just weird and not being a part of any group or any,
Yeah. Yeah.
clique or
Yeah.
anything. It was like, even if people invited me in, it's because, I was so odd.
Yeah.
I was just so odd. And I never, it never occurred to me because, I didn't understand it myself. I honestly thought people were just really dumb. I just had this whole idea that, these people are, these kids are so ignorant. I always just thought they were just so dumb. So, I didn't feel bad that they didn't like me. I wished I had friends, but I never really had any friends. I never went on a date. I was just like total, totally into my own little world kind of thing. But, I still had a really strong belief. I mean, I was very connected with, God inside or Holy Spirit or whatever. I definitely had, that conversation going on all the time too, which is why I didn't care that, you know, how other people treated me. I mean, of course I did. I wished I had, other kids that liked me, but I realized too that I had to pretend I was somebody else when I was around them. I mean, that's the worst thing is you have to pretend you're somebody else when you're around people. You can unmute yourself, Ozzy.
I realized I was kind of almost having a little conversation with you and not letting you share. I didn't want to butt in with my and my like because I just feel that same way. But although I sort of went the opposite way, I didn't really have girlfriends. So I just, as I got older, I just started having boyfriends, um, which that brought in a whole other stuff because of sex coming into it, and then that whole thing of the body shaming, and I just lost God because I just went into the human, and but I was very detached from it too. So that was kind of nice because I feel like I didn't suffer as much because I was almost stepped back from my life, if that makes sense. Like this, almost this looking at it from this way, but not in the time, but I can see it looking back. In the time, it felt very real and that I was there, but I can see now that there was this sort of step back, keeping me safe almost, holding me through it. So anyway, it's beautiful. This is really beautiful. Let your love guide the way. So
Yeah.
anybody else?
We have about 5 minutes left.
Yeah, maybe we end there. We'll
Yeah,
start
let's
on
go ahead and
learning the
end it. Yeah.
magical atonement will be next week, right? That right?
Exactly. Yep.
Great. I'm gonna bookmark that.
All right, you guys. Thank you, Devin. Thank you, boys.
Thank you guys so much. You
Uh,
guys are fun. Very busy, very busy.
Yep. It's a busy life. All right, Miss Ozzy. I love you, my dear.
I love you so
Step over.
much.
I am.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Meow, meow. Meow, meow,
I'll stop sharing here. Where's
All
my
right.
share button?
meow.
Stop share. Poof. There we go.
There we go. There's
Now
Yay.
you can see my cat's head.
Yeah, we can see it. Nice cat.
I love that cat. He's awesome.
He is.
Nice.
He has a little moon on his chest.
Oh, he's
Yes,
got,
yes, yes.
and his little toes have little
claws. Yeah.
claws, right?
Wow. I think that's what I saw when I thought it was a dragon. All
Yeah,
right, you
why
guys.
you thought it was a dragon.
Like, yeah, he looks
I
kind
am
of
interested to know what Dove thinks of the children's edition. Dove, what are you thinking of it? Oh,
You're
unmute.
muted.
Unmute, Dove.
I think it's great. I really do.
Yeah?
In fact, the day it was announced here by Devin, I bought a copy and sent it to my granddaughter.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Are they using it? Do you think they've read it?
She also attends Maureen's morning sessions too. I mean, she's a regular course person. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Dove. Thanks so much, Lynn, and thanks, boys.
All right, and then we're going to start doing alternate weeks.
Okay.
So next week we have a book that's being read during this time. I think. Anyway, we're going to alternate. So, and I'll send out an announcement. I've forgotten completely.
We also have a Sunday night meeting here at 7 o'clock if you want to.
That's true too.
watermelon.